Hello, Steve White, Steve White 79. Well, finally, the day has finally come. Meghan McCain has left The View. The View's actually finished. It's just her last day because it's the last day of the season, and she stayed till the end of the season. Now, she played a little bit of a trick on us because she said when she was leaving, when she announced she was leaving, she said she was just going to stay till the end of the month. And I, like a lot of people, assumed that, or thought that basically the show was going to go a bit longer than that. So I think I waited with bated breath for her to leave at the end of the month, and even the Young Turks did a little video tribute to her for all the content she's given them with her ridiculousness. And then Monday rolled along and she was still on the show, and I'm like, oh, for God's sakes. Because I remember thinking, where's her big goodbye? She's leaving. Where is her big goodbye? Is she leaving on Monday? Like, what? No, the show was only going to go one more week, so she stayed for the whole month. The whole season. I don't know why she said she was staying till the end of July. Maybe she just forgot and thought the season ended at the end of July or whatever. But yeah, so we had to put up with her for another week. Everyone got excited thinking she's going to be gone. This is her last week, and she didn't go. She came back. She stayed for another week. It was hideous. But she's gone now. It's great. Now, her last week was actually fairly uneventful. There were a couple of moments where she had to be Meghan McCain about stuff, like people talking about Black Lives Matter and defund the police, and of course she had to criticise that. And she went on about masks, basically saying, ugh, all this misinformation is just stupid. I don't think we need masks, but I wear one because I'm basically being told to and I have to. Which, okay, whatever. And she put to the rest of the cast, so what are you girls going to do next season when they want to bring an audience in and, you know, you're contracted to perform and you have to perform, you know, and not wear your mask and that? And I'm like, wow, really? You went there? They didn't really answer though, so I thought that was a bit low. Kathy Griffin came up as a subject because she was recently diagnosed with cancer, and of course she had to have a go at her and say, oh, well, you know, she held up that severed head and no one should hold up a severed head because it reminds me of what they do to the troops in Afghanistan. I'm like, it wasn't a severed head. It was a mask with tomato sauce on it, and it was a protest to him making comments about women and their period blood. So it was a political statement, and she should respect that. But no, of course, she was Meghan McCain about it. And nothing really else happened, though, because this week, really, there really weren't any exchanges. It was really actually tame. I was quite surprised. I can't think of anything that happened that was interesting. She basically just was her usual self, but there was one more thing I forgot about. Mary Trump came on, and big, brave, bold Meghan McCain didn't show up. She basically was like not there for that interview, so she just decided to step out and wasn't there. And I love the fact that Mary Trump called her out and said, well, some people don't have, they don't have the courage to, like, of their convictions to stand and, you know, speak to people and that. So she basically called her gutless for not being there. I love that because she got to have throw a bit of shade, and Meghan wasn't there to actually say anything to defend herself. So that was fun. And that was the last moment, really. The last episode, they basically did a little tribute, which was a little tedious because it showed more of the normal human moments with her. It didn't show all her hissy fits and tantrums and all the things that got her the attention and the ire of the audience, who everyone really just wanted to see her go. So they did that, and then they had her mother on, and I don't know, I like her mother, so it's hard to hate her mother when, you know, it's not her fault. She gave birth to Meghan McCain and raised her. I don't know how she managed to do it, because she seems really nice and rational. Then she had one last little minute where she basically just blew smoke up everyone's butt and said, oh, it's been the greatest experience of my life, and I'm always going to be remembered for this, and it's always going to be referred to when I talk about my life that I was on The View, and blah, 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 and you're also amazing, blah, 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 and just a whole bunch of BS. Just like when the last cast member left, what was her name? The really bland one with brunette hair that got along with Meghan, but not really, because a few months later, after she blew smoke up everyone, she turned around and said, yeah, that was a toxic work environment, and I'm glad I left. I feel better now. So yeah, she's gone. I'm happy. Everyone's happy. She's not coming back next year. Don't know who they're going to have in her place. They have to get a conservative voice, but they can probably get an intelligent, sophisticated one, not a bratty, whiny, just tedious excuse for right-wing politics. I always say left because right is right and the right is always wrong. So I always think of the left as the right wing because they're like correct. That's stupid. But yeah, as you can see, I'm just giddy at the idea of her leaving and not having to see her again because I love The View. I watch it every day. I don't have it on TV anymore, but I watch the clips on the YouTube. So I'm just looking forward to seeing Whoopi and not having to look at Meghan McCain for the next, I don't know how long Whoopi's going to be on the show, but for the next year or two at least. So that's going to be nice. So good riddance. Bye, bitch. You know, don't come back. You know, happy she's gone. I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. I'm just happy to be making this video. Meghan McCain leaving The View. It's fabulous. Bye.